Medical science works miracles in the art of healing nowadays, but there are still many people who go in for old-fashioned home remedies. For instance, Aunt Matilda's theory that raw onions at the open window prevent colds is very apt to lead to pneumonia. And the belief that raw beefsteak is a sure cure for a black eye is pure buncola. To illustrate some of these corny remedies, this guy, gink, goof, or mug, typifies some people who insist on being their own doctor. A spider. How nice. And here the young swain that is, who makes a horrible discovery. Yep, falling hair. Oh, woe is he. For years, this moment has been the constant dread of our victim. By name, Xavier T. Schneckendorf. And no wonder. He comes from a long line of bald-headed Schneckendorfs. His grandpappy's cranium served as a model for the billiard ball, while his Aunt Minnie was nominated Miss Egghead of 1898. And so, many bottles of Sure Cures later, and after months of frequent and vigorous massage, the hairline is in full retreat. And with the further passing of time comes the further passing of his lovely locks. And does this discourage the hair-growing efforts of our unhappy Schneckendorf? Well, of course not. And so the battle of the bottles goes on. Now comes the time when Baldy can no longer get any fun out of his former pleasures in life. All he can see is hair. Beautiful, wavy hair. Nice, thick hair. Oodles of hair. While his head becomes more naked every day. Ah, me. So unhappy but ever hopeful, back to his bottles he goes. Ouch! A fine place to grow hair. Finally, after years of desperate effort, he tries the standing on your head cure. This old family remedy is supposed to irritate the scalp sufficiently to force the pores open and let the hair slide out, or something. And thus we learned that the only cure for baldness is a wig. Eh, Mr. Schneckendorf? And now let's examine an ailment for which there are sure cures galore, namely insomnia. One reason for this lug's restlessness lies in the fact that he tries to sleep on his right side. For when he's on his left side, he sees his wife. Gosh! The only cure he can think of for that is a sack over her face. Read a dull book and you'll soon fall asleep, his Uncle Schmully used to say. Some inquiries into the differential calculus encompassing the lesser quanta formulae. By Jove! But contrary to expectations, he becomes interested in the darn thing. An hour and a half later, he's completely absorbed and, in fact, tensely awake. Jumping jellyfish. Now look what he's done. Well, Bub, you can't sleep in a swamp. Having remade his bed after several false starts, he now thinks he feels sleepy. What's that? That's strange. Well. Well, guess it's gone. Maybe it was just a passing fancy. No. No! Yes! So? He's fixed that all right. Goodness. He's not puncture-proof, you know. And thus, once more, he's remade the bed, and all seems serene at last. Yep, it looks like he's okay. Fine. Wonderful. All of which proves that if a person will just use his head and not become emotional, he can overcome any obstacle. And so to sleep. Well, that's silly. It can't be. Oh, that's it. It is now 4 a.m., and even the squeaking wife is silent. Planning to sleep late into the morning to make up for lost hours of rest, he uses an eye mask to shut out the daylight. Goodness! All of which proves that nothing will wake her up. Shh! Ah, at last, sleep. Yow! And when he does answer, it will be the wrong number, of course. Having remade the bed once again, he's finally ready for the arms of dear old Snorpheus, but sleep still eludes him as he counts sheep with a vengeance. Later, as he's counting in the 400s, he finally approaches the peaceful shores of dreamland. Counting sheep? Well, hardly. Maybe he's got something here. Boy, is she a dilly. Uh-oh. Yow, baby, wait for me. Asleep at last. And now, folks, let's consider another common affliction. You've all had it. Yes, of course. Hiccups. Well, as Grandma Fiddle-Fraddle always said, there's nothing like a sip of water to cure them there hiccups. That's what she always said. That she did. She did indeed. Oh, but positively. So you see, it works. Yes, folks, some of these simple home remedies do get results. But not this one. Well, there's always Aunt Aggie's cure for hiccups. She used to hiccup like all get out, and she claimed that if one sip of water didn't do the trick, try 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There. Good old Aunt Aggie. Yep, she was a pretty smart old lady. If Aunt Aggie said 9 sips of water would cure hiccups, she was wrong, too. Well, there must be some way to stop this. Oh, yes. He's often heard that this will cure it. Well, could be. Then again, maybe not. No, I guess not. Now the drip cure by a first-class drip. This, someone told him, is positively the cure. Yes, indeed, it was. Hey! Ouch! Finally, after he's tried everybody else's cure for hiccups, our poor victim has arrived at the point where he's worked out his own treatment. After all, why shouldn't he have some ideas on the subject, too? So, instead of Aunt Aggie's 9 sips, he's taking 9 glasses full of water, probably on the assumption that hiccups can be drowned like a mad cat. Obviously, the stress and strain upon his diaphragm calls for all the resistance of a boulder dam. Oh, dear. Well, there's still plenty of water left in that cooler. As time flits by, we find him still putting up a good fight. The effectiveness of the cure, however, is very doubtful. Why, he's even got the cooler doing it now. Gesundheit. He's as waterlogged as the hold of a sinking ship. Goodbye now.